Hello everyone, my name is Pooja Mai and our project topic is mobile app for hostelers login and logout system, which we have completed under the guidance of Professor Dr. Varsha Degokar ma'am. These are the outlines of the project. First, I explain introduction of project. We know that hostelers need to do entries when they go outside and come inside hostel manually by signing on register. So many times hostelers make proxy of each other's entry, which is totally opposite of hostel rules and regulations. When hostelers do not get an approved leave form from warden and their respective mentor, they use proxy methods. This can cause the warden to check manually whether all hostelers are in the hostel or not. But if we convert this system into digital one using mobile app, we can reduce number of proxies. Next. Literature survey. In first reference paper, methodology use authorization, merits is unique identity, and demerits is admin need to add students information manually. In second reference paper, methodology use device to collect data, merits is record management system, and demerits is less authentications while entry. The problems faced by current conventional system are there is only one register for entry and situations when crowd is high. There are chances that students can go outside easily without registering their exit in the register. We tried to solve this problem by developing mobile app for hostel students which focus on using their mobile device for making their entries or exits and by making unique identity for each student. Every device has its own Android ID, which cannot be changed. It changes only if user reset his Android device. SIM serial number is also unique for each SIM card. We also use Gmail to add an extra layer of authentication. The main goal of the project is how the students can use their mobile device to mark their entry exit from the hostel. Next. The project aims at combining unique ID of the mobile hardware and authentication like Gmail. We not only convert hostel entry exit system to a digital one by making mobile app, but also try to make it possible to avoid proxy by creating unique identities for each student. Next, explain Nikhil.
So, proposed methodology. To provide students with a unique identification, we have used the Android ID of the student device and the SIM card ID of the SIM card, which is present in the slot 1 of the student device. To add another layer of identification and create a two-way authentication system, we also use the student Gmail ID. So while registering on the app, the student has to fill up his detail and provide the app with the required permission that are a telephone and a location access. If these permissions are not granted, the app won't be able to proceed further. After filling up his or her data granting a permission, the student has to appear before the warden for a human-to-human verification, and where the warden will be verify the student data manually in front of him or her, and if the data is verified, the warden will register the student name in the database by just clicking verified. When a student wants to mark his or her entry, uh, he or she needs to be present at a specific location coordinates of the institute. For this, we have marked a specific polygon around the main gate of the institute and have stored the coordinates of this polygon on the cloud database. When the coordinate of this polygon and the coordinates of the student location are matched, then only app allows to do a mark his or her entry or exit. After a 9:15 p.m., when the main gate closes, student has to have to do a second of entry, which is the uh, which where the student Gmail account will be used. This has been to be done again from a specific coordinates of the hostel area. Again, we have to create another polygon for the hostel area and have stored its location coordinates on the cloud database. So if the student is present inside the hostel, the app will be allowed him or her to mark his second of entry and confirm that he she is present in the hostel. If a student is outside this location polygon, she will not be able to do a second of entry. Now we will see the live demo of our application. Guys, my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes.
Okay, from beginning. Here, student need to do choose one Google account, and here student needs to fill up his detail. Okay, maybe I need to choose one another account. It already in existence. Now, after this registration process, I will open the account which is set as a currently warden account, and I will show you how students request is set to a warden and how they can be verified it. So this is our warden account. Here we can see that my another account request is come here from a nickmurade@gmail.com. If warden press accept, they can accept verify the student, or if they deny it, the student database will be deleted. If in any case that a student has enter wrong info, at that time they will deny them. After pressing accept, as we see, the student name goes into a verified list. Here we can see that students other general information with a room number, year, branch, hostel, email, request time, request date, year, and verified time and verified by whom. Here also one option for denied. If a warden maybe think that they by mistakenly add the student, they by mistakenly they verified the student, then they can be able to delete it after some time also. So that's why we here added a one denied option. And now let's once again go back to our another account. We need to open an app again and again to change accounts calls due to the state auto loads. Means only it loads only first time only when we open the app. And due to Android ID, actually it is impossible to add multiple accounts in it. But on a cloud I can change a few information. So here you can see already entry in is there, entry out is there, so that's why it doesn't accept our entry out. Now if I do entry in at 8:22 a.m. 16 January, Nikhil Ravindra Murade at gmail.com. If I press entry out, then look, entry out at 22 a.m. I can't make a double entries, and after 9:50 p.m. 9:15 p.m. as we seen before, here are the second out list of students who didn't who complete second out or not complete second out will be shown here. And here is the miscellaneous entry of the student can be visible to here. So here also a student can see their profile details, and here you can see the student is verified or not. Okay, here is device information. Here is a registration time. Here is about us page. Our group members within our project guide, Professor Dr. Varsha Devgavkar. Here on this main panel, student only able to see only his particular his entry, and while on the another panel, like in a warden panel or another one security panel, they can be able to see all the entries of all students. Now I will open the security account. Here on the security panel, they can see the all the entries. These are the four previous current entries of my. After this year, you can see the another student like a Govind, Vishal, and then Pooja, Atsum. Here are too many entries. We already done it. Here, warden can add a particular student in the rule breakers list. If they see that the person is not following rules or try to misbehave or try to not following proper rules, so they also can add a students in the rule breakers list. Now, I will show you the our database. Okay, just wait a minute. So this is our database. We use a cloud Firestore for our database. When user register first time users data will be gone here. This is my account, nickmurade at directgmail.com. Currently, I'm showing, and here all other details as we can see on the warden's request page are also same shown here. And while these details are add in this user, it's at the time it also add in the second out list for our we need to maintain our second out day to day. That's why here are the messages of all the students, common entries. You can see here. Okay, and here is the miscellaneous list of the students who did not complete their release. All these entries like in miscellaneous and second auth are warden can see and even student can see their own after 9:15 after 10:15 p.m. And these are the particular users account wise his particular entries. And here is the unfollowing student. Then security can add those are misbehaving. Now, after a proposed methodology, the requirement analysis idea we use Android Studio for this project, Flutter and Dart plugin, Firebase, Firestore for a cloud. Our hardware requirement are Android devices, and modern engineering tools we use are Dart programming language, which is built by Google, Flutter SDK, GitHub, Google Firebase, and others are like a font, awesome Flutter, Cupertino, icons, Flutter Sweeper, R Flutter Alert, Geolocator, which is particularly for the location coordinates, Google Sign In. Okay, and impact analysis are we step towards digitalization and move our society, our college society towards the digitalization. Our organization next step towards in a digitalization, more secure environments for a student. Unknown people will not be able to enter easily. Like in a negative impacts, user sensitive information at a risk of being stolen or misused, like an Android ID or a SIM serial number, and their location data can be a misuse, like in a who goes at a which particular time outside or coming inside. And impact of a project on environment is this project will lead to more eco-friendly environment as we reduces the use of papers we use in manuals and plastic pens that we are using for doing a entries. And crowd can be avoided like in the current COVID-19 scenario. Like in a COVID-19 case, maybe there in future these things can be maybe happen. So we don't need to go for the one manual register where more crowd can be generated to do a sign in entry. We can do we can with maintaining a keep particular distance. We can also do our entries through our mobile. We don't need to use common things. And negative impact of project and environment is a little bit more energy increase in energy consumption, like in a this app uses GPS location, so with a higher accuracy, so it can use mobiles energy a little bit more there. And but so many users using this at a time, so maybe more carbon footprints there. So after this, professional ethics and practices will be explained by our other member Rohan. Rohan.
Yes, thank you, Nikhil. So while using this app, we have to follow certain ethics and rules. As the user is providing sensitive information like his location data, his SIM serial ID, and his Android ID. So we have to be careful with that data, and we have to use it for only in the app itself. And misuse of this data can can be harmful to the students' privacy and also to the safety. Some ethics that we need to follow are that we have to ask permission only when needed, and we have to use the data only when needed. The data should not be used for anything else other than used for this app. uh, we should not track the user's location without their permission. Also, the privacy of the hostelers needs to be observed and needs to be protected at all costs. So now let's move on to the conclusion of this project. So while during the whole process of this project, we have learned a lot about mobile application development and how the front end of a mobile app works and also how the back end works. We tried to solve a real world problem, which was of proxies, using this app development technology. Uh, we tried to fill in the gap between the old conventional system that allowed the students to make proxies and to go outside without authorization. We also tried to take a steps toward digitization of our college and take our college a step closer to digital India. For the future scope of this project, we there's a lot of room for improvement, and we can add biometric authentication uh, for for authenticating the student's ID in a more secure way. We can also add a computer vision to this project, and using cameras we can scan the user's body movements, and we can tell whether the user has marked his entry or not, or marked his exit or not. Also, we can add a digital system for leave form approval on the app itself, so that the student won't have to go through a manual process to get a approved leave form. Then again, we can also add room cleaning services and pest control services from the app itself. We can also add the checking and availability of the room in the hostel from the app itself. So these are some of the ideas we have for the future of this project. Uh, yeah, and it can be more made. It can be made more advanced and more user friendly also. So with this, I finish. So thank you everyone.